requesting already. Normally I would come in when they are not requesting.
Okay.
Or when there's a mess.
Yeah. Okay, sharp. Let me do the intro quickly and then we'll take it away. Okay, just give me a second. Iringi. Okay, I don't understand what this thing is saying. Bring your talents. Hey, no, wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. Let me just do the intro quickly. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the... Kana, what is the name of this podcast? Kana, I forgot. I have too many podcasts. What do you call this one? Losing in... Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Losing in Love podcast with Madam Speaker. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self-love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing. Today, we are going to be talking Black tax, right? Because in general, you know, as Black people, because we have been trying to pull each other up, because not a lot of us come from privileged backgrounds, our parents really worked hard to get us to where we are. So some of them compromise themselves so much to a point where they feel like, you know, we owe them, you know, they're entitled to reaping the benefits of their hard labor, which is raising us as their children. It gets to a point where it gets really, really bad, where now when the kids have to get married, the mother-in-laws end up hating the daughters-in-law because they feel like this one is here to eat my son's money, and they feel like they're the ones who are entitled to their son's money. Because this topic has been ongoing throughout the course of the week, I saw a comment where somebody said that, you know, with us Black people, the sad thing is that parents breed children like, you know, domestic animals, you know, your chicken, your cow, that eventually it's going to make you money, you're going to sell it. So that's how we are raised, basically. You know, we are like an investment of we are like a livestock. Yeah, that's how they breed us, and we need to break away from that mentality. Because the argument was that there was a woman who is saying that, yeah, nah, if she's not supposed to reap the benefit of having raised this child and compromising alone, then she's not gonna do anything for this child after that child turns 18, right? And I was saying, and it was an argument still, which was, if you don't do anything for this child beyond the age of 18, do you know that they have every right to take you to maintenance court? Because a lot of kids are actually not aware that if their parents are well off and they don't want to take them to school, they can actually take them to maintenance court to force them to support them. So we are basically talking about the entitlement of Black parents in terms of them feeling like their kids must take care of them because they raise them as if it's a favor. But also at the same time, there are people who are really just doing things for their parents from the goodness of their own hearts, and it's simply because they have more than enough and it doesn't hurt for them to actually give their parents. So where do you draw the line? You know, because sometimes you give to a point where you have nothing left to give, and sometimes you give and your parent is in competition with the neighbors who are working, the parent is not working, is depending on you. Where do you draw the line? Where do you say no? How has that affected your relationship with your parents, you being able to have this give and take relationship? Can you confidently go home and spend a week there when you don't have a single cent? Or if you have to go home, it means that you have to have something, because if you don't have money, then nobody respects you. So basically, that is what the topic is about today. If you want to join the live and request as a guest, you're more than welcome to hop over to TikTok. And if you're on TikTok and you have not yet subscribed to our channel on YouTube, please just click that up there. It's gonna take you to my YouTube channel. You click subscribe there and you like this live. I would really appreciate that support. And also a big shout out, and I would love for us to celebrate our milestone, because we are now on 51,000 subscribers on YouTube in a period of 2 years. That is amazing growth, and I would not have done it without you guys, you engaging, just coming in here, and also, you know, keeping me motivated by sharing, you know, the positive feedback. You know, this is where we can improve, and this is the life-changing things that I'm seeing in my life because of these engagements that we are doing here. So I really appreciate every single one of you. A shout out to you. So we already have guests. I don't know, Tabs, I think we are good. Let me keep you here. Who came first? Is it just Tando?
It's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, darling.
Unjani Sanda Sam?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my love?
I'm in a little bit of a predicament like Kaya.
Sure.
And I just thought a foreign ear might give me a fresh perspective.
Okay.
So currently the situation like I is I have an elder brother. And umama, we all live at home. It's me, my brother, and my dad.
Okay.
And you know, growing up in a home where mina no butwambe sibona ukuthi umama no baba, they don't love each other.
Sure.
And so as a result, my mom grew very, very close to my brother.
Okay.
And so, as a schooler, I would realize the differences between how ngendlela umama bekangiphatha ngakhona nangendlela umama bekaphatha ubhuti wami ngakhona. But every time I would say something about it or voice my opinion about the situation, my brother and I have a 12-year age gap.
Okay.
And so by that time, he was already working. And so whenever mama, kanti why wenza izinto ezinje nonje nosabelo and you don't do this with me? My mom would say, wena ungithengele ini na? Njengosabelo na ungithengele ini. Like there was a time when my brother bought my mom one of those electric lezinto zokukera ama-veg. Those electric what?
Yeah.
So my brother bought my mom that thing. So I asked my mom, why don't we go out as many times, or why don't I get the same clothes? And my mom was like, when electrical cut, and I was like, oh, okay, fine, I understand. I would speak to my dad about it, but my dad is basically a ghost, lanekaya. Okay. During the day, at night he comes and and then he watches the news and then he goes to bed. He's non-existent. You know, I'm not shaming my mom anyhow or anyway, but I can't say Guti, if I'm in a difficult position in my life, she's the first person I would call.
Sure.
You know, I can't say Guti, we don't have that kind of situationship. But I am close with my brother. And there are times when he himself has spoken up for me. Madam Speaker, my brother is 34. Has never had a girlfriend because every single girl that comes Ekaya, Wuti, my mom goes above and beyond to embarrass this girl or shame this girl, whether it's for the minor inconvenience. There was a time my brother had, it was a situationship. I'm 17. I had learned about it. Guti Sabelo had, he wasn't a girlfriend, yeah, man, but beba hlekisana ngaleyo ndlela. And so when Sabelo spoke to my mom, Sabelo was like, Mama, we're not and we are clicking. And in my mind, I'm like, you know? I'm like, isn't he himself feeding into my mom's derangement or my mom's delusion? Like, why or can you allow me to have a relationship na lontombazana 17? But yeah, Sabelo told my mom's like, Mama, gunantombazana 17, ngana ngamletha like her. My mom was like, okay, fine. She was very nice, which was very surprising. And I asked him after the conversation, I'm like, why did you tell mom? Why don't you just tell mama ukuthi gunantombazana ozakhaya ngelesikhathi esithize yeah, one. And my brother's like, no, when I don't understand mama, that's one nje. I was like, okay, fine. The girl comes, she was a very nice girl. Bulisa, and off the bat, my mom is criticizing her, the way she looks, because she was short, but she was very, you know, big butted women. And my mom goes off on this girl. This girl has a child, and my mom kutinje banga accept mina my son doesn't have a child, and mina my son does this and this and this and this and this and this, and I'm like that, and I'm feeling so sad for Lomfazilon. So the interaction eventually iyaphela, the girl uyahamba, and Sabelo's like, what do you think? Like the time he asked my mom, Gucci, what do you think? I felt like I'm shining bam. I'm like, you are a 34-year-old who sevenza escom, who drive motor, like he's a handsome guy. But for some reason, when you've never had a relationship, a stable relationship, and you can't find a reason why. When you just say, no girl has ever been into me. And right now, I'm at the point where I just want to move away from home. I just want to leave. I'm enough. The constant comparison, the constant, like the backhanded comments, why and I'm thinking to myself, I don't have a job. Like I just graduated, and already I'm supposed to. And your husband is here. Like, they don't have a relationship, but they sleep in the same bed. I'm like, what are you saying? And so when I speak up, it becomes a huge argument. And abasekhaya bathi mina no mama msiala because siyafana. I disagree. I heavily disagree, but that's the situation sasekhaya. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Can you just help me out, please?
I'm gonna add my, okay, let me start first, and then Tabs will take it away, because I think the other person is here to also share their story, unless if they also have anything to share, then she can also unmute and share. But with me, the saddest thing that I'm hearing from your story is that your brother has not had that wake-up call. You know, he's still comfortable in the situation that he's in, enabling this thing, because he's not aware of what his mother is doing. You understand what I'm saying? And it's quite sad, because by the time he realizes this thing, he's going to resent his mother, because chances of him finding a wife, they're very, very slim, because your mother is really sabotaging him every chance she gets. And the reason why she's sabotaging him is because she really just wants to be the only one that benefits from this. She's that typical mother, you understand? Those mothers that we are talking about and crying about. And the sad thing about this whole thing is that usually it's the victim that complains, as in if your brother was the one saying my mother doesn't, you know, if he was seeing what is being done to him, then he would want to work his way out of that. But because he's in there and he's not seeing anything wrong with that, then chances of him getting out of that situation, let alone him moving out. I mean, he's old enough, he's well off, he should be out of that house. You know, he should be staying out. He should not even be in your parents' house. And because your mother has built this nest that your brother has never left, you know, he feels comfortable there. And chances are, I'm trying to imagine myself at my age meeting a guy who still stays at home, who's working and everything is fine, and then I'm expected to go stay with the mother. I don't see that working out at all, you know. And in your situation, unfortunately, because we're now, you can see through.
Something. Guti, there was a time when after Usabelo had brought the girl over, I said to my mom, I feel so sorry for the girl that's gonna marry Usabelo. And my mom said, and I verbatim, Ute, uba no te uzoshada. That's what she said. I will never forget those words. She said, uba no te uzoshada. Just like that. Just like that. Like angisayingeni mara seyangihlukumeza nami ngizosubuhlungu angifuni ukutshela manje because umama uzoshona nobaba uzoshona, I'm gonna move away, and then who's gonna be left to take care of this man? Because my mom does everything for him. Uyamwashela, uyamphekela, like ngathi umfazi wakhe.
Yeah, literally, she's making sure she does things. Yeah, she's doing
if
things.
She doesn't cook for my brother, I'm supposed to. If she doesn't do the laundry, I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to be doing these things for himself. He's supposed to know. Like, it's frustrating. I don't want to lie.
And also the way that your mom is behaving, she wants to make sure he doesn't see the gap or the need for him to marry a wife, because everything that he needs is being provided for him, you know. He's being well taken care of.
He wants to, enforce Lenda Buguti, you don't need a wife. Right to the women call. Like, constantly speaking. Like, every time Usabelo brings up the idea, or in there's a girl that finds him attractive or whatever, my mom would be like, when's that lawyer? Lawyer. And I'm like thinking to myself, when I'm getting happy.
What are the similarities between your father and your brother?
My dad is very quiet. He's a very quiet individual, like Alakandi, like umsindo at all. And he's the type of person who if he's confronted, he shuts down. Sabelo is the type of person to always speak up for mama. When my dad he falls short on certain things, Sabelo is able able to come to defense mama to say, Dad, I went down so, you know, agna case, agna this, agna that. And he himself, sometimes, not even sometimes, almost every month, uyafaka, uyamnikeza mama imali yagrosa, uyamnikeza in, things that my dad is supposed to be doing. These things are my dad's responsibility. Madam Speaker, I'm getting emotional. Izinto lezi fana ukuthi zenziwe ubaba. Understand? Izinto fana ukuthi sibone kubaba ukuthi this is how things are supposed to be done. Hayi usabelo. It's not his job. It's not his job, and my mom is treating usabelo like her husband. Like wherever she goes, Sabelo must be there. Or wherever Sabelo's there, especially if it isn't Ozumdeng. My mom is supposed to be there.
This is some serious emotional incest syndrome, hey?
Angazi Miss Perseverance, angazi how do I deal with this? How do I, because as in Shilo, I want to leave. I want to go because in compare Shilo on a daily basis. Sabelo works. Sabelo 7 is ESCOM. And my mom is comparing the things that he does to what I'm not doing. And I don't have a job. My mom is like, and I'm like, where am I supposed to get the money? Like, or whatever.
You know what, Sissy? I think the only thing that I thank God for you is that you are sober-minded, in a sense that you can really see what is going on in that household, and that is going to be inspiration enough for you to actually leave that household when you know you are well off, when you are now standing on your own feet. You know, you need to be, I think you need to, you're gonna have to hold on a little longer until how like your things give a sharp, ne? Before you move out, but you are literally going to be the one person that runs away and only comes home to visit. So that's going to help you to be able to stand on your own feet. For now, it's going to be said, like the way your mother compares you to your brother, you can imagine another like already when everybody else is a threat. Your brother belongs to your mother. So meaning that a woman, it's even worse. And unfortunately for your brother, and also because your mom is saying, who said he wants to get married? Maybe she knows why he's not gonna marry. You understand? We wouldn't know. We didn't give birth to him. She did. And it's quite sad for him because by the time it will be too late. He will be old and gray and alone and whatnot. You know, and it's quite sad. But for you, on the other hand, like I said, I feel like the good thing about it is that because you are aware, you will be able to move out of home. This, like I said, this is as serious. This is the worst case scenario of like emotional incest syndrome, and I don't know how your brother's gonna get out of this. Tabs.
Hey, Madam Speaker. You know, I would say let's talk to Tato a little bit, and then we leave her, because some of the things when we'll be discussing, Guyana, even on the breakdown, based on other people's experience and how they break it, Tato is going to get a response to that. But to you, Tato, I say big up because of you are able to stand up for yourself. But now I want you to stop standing up for other people, because of this is not your account for that. Your brother, your mom have went through a financial trauma that she has not yet broken, and then now she lapsed it and groomed your brother into it. Immediately when your father was supposed to also take a responsibility, immediately when he became absent, that is when your mom started grooming your father. Your brother. So when he groomed it, your brother did not even have a say, because of one of the things when it comes to when a person a groomer, or make sure you fit into those shoes even the years that are coming. So this means that plan the seed in your mind. You don't even need a wife. It's the same thing, Madam Speaker, with us, Renama Pedi. Unyala wana wa mafelelo. Wana already ugrumile from bunyana. Wena unalento, unalistende, unalijarata. You don't even have to be paying money for anything. Immediately when you tell that person, no, let's find a house, or like, kitul kragai 200,000 zia horeka land. I have a house, I have everything here. So it's like you're bringing lightning to that person. And lightning, what happens is that it traumatizes the person even more. So the other spirit that your mom brought is the one reward your brother with weight. And then reward now and then that he's even confident with that. He have taken the responsibility. So because of she has stepped in all the stages tsa bophelo ba hae a sa le monyana a mo groomer from now a sa tlo mmelega wa mmelega bona re wa gola then I try a re okay bala ngwana ka o ba le dibuka and do 1 2 3 4 5 ha bala dibuka you are done now do this thing. So your brother has been following throughout. So my advice to you is that you are going to be the one who brings in conflict in prematurely. Your brother needs to realize it himself, get trauma counseling for that, because of trauma failure, financial. It goes from your mom, it is generational. Because of now, you have been having the altercation with your mom. Which is something that you don't even want, even to your kids. So keep your distance, know your boundaries for that. Currently, you are not working and you are discussing about issue why nalisa say because of that. Yes, onale right ya go some of the things, but put in a boundary because of you're fighting a fight here long or it's not directed to you. Yeah. But what you can do is to make notes of the things that your brother is going through. Those notes, you are doing them for self. Do not even share it with your brother. Madam Speaker, last time we were talking about an narcissistic person, but very in detail. Somebody just came in, I don't know, narcissistic. I don't know what was I saying. Yeah. And I said, you use that word, very, very lightly. I don't want to diagnose your mom with the disorder. It is a disorder like any other disorder. But now, the traits in that way, jadi narcissistic people. But of which type of a narcissistic, we don't even know this far. So it takes your brother, or he educates himself in silence. Because of sometimes, see, when you are learning about people, why not narcissistic, and which is also research more about it. Yeah. So my advice to you is keep it cool, check in some points, arm for yourself. You are already arming for yourself, but you are shooting the bullets that you're going to need later on. Yeah. So keep your bullets more. Have medically diagnosed. Oh yeah, that person needs to be diagnosed. You cannot just it's ADHD.
Without them being
or avoidance. Yeah, it's this thing avoidant. It's also a disorder. That is a disorder because I keep on here myself. But with this one's when medication for that. Yeah. So the same thing with avoidant as a disorder. You use when you need to do it. So not to you, Tato, is that big up. How old are you?
Tando?
I'm sorry, I'm 24.
You are 24. You are still very young. Just hold in there. Use each and every opportunity that you find, even from that. This far. Until you are ready to be an older person. Yeah. And then when you are an older person, you're going to make a big move because of now. This is going to frustrate you while it's not even affecting you as yet. And then for you to intervene for your brother, this is where the problem comes in. You intervene for me, but I'm not doing anything about that.
It's and pointless.
I'm not even able to to implement what you are saying. Can I tell you a person who was in Redu? I'm going to give an example, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker would be bullying me like your mom. And then when I tell you are the little sister and you tell me, no, Tabang, Mama, there 1 2 3, Moto narcissistic, you need to be careful. Kilo de la face and tell Ma, because of remember one of the things I believe is that my mom, Madam Speaker, is the one way longer.
She loves me.
This thing and me. So now, Kito Yagar Mama, perseverance. No, Tato Ari, when narcissistic and then grumile, and then you have put me into the position and took out dad out of his position. It is your mom's responsibility to put your dad into his position. Now your dad Liana Akimo blame me because he has been disabled into his position. That you don't even know how to buy a bread, or anything anymore. Your brother, I would say X. Then he brings in sugar, bring this thing, he brings in that. The reason why Abutao also is because Rana the boundary and we talk about boundaries on a point here, emotional and everything. But when I the boundary checking, financial, psychological, everything. So now the door is open. It's a long 1 hour, 5 years. Allow a 5 years old to be controlled by mom until he's tired, get into debt, alaba ajo. Gradually, he will never go back. I've went through the most and I'm out.
Yeah.
And he won't even go back there.
Ish. You know, the danger in this whole thing for me, when at Tabzi, is that what will it take for this person to actually realize this thing, you know? Because if they're comfortable in that position right now, they don't see any need to change it whatsoever. The day it blows up, you know, it's going to really, really be bad. Oh. Hi. I think for is there anybody? Okay, you were saying, Tabs?
Tetewaka was here. I would suggest that she comes back. I know it is emotional, but it's something, you know, if she can even give a brief, while others would be coming, guys, let's come up. But Liana, something that he's going through.
Who wants to join?
And then Tato. Yeah, Tato, your journey, it's not a smooth one. Né? Because of this is your brother. Or an anonymous message to say run. Then I like for now. And then you might even find Oriana na wish your mama and choose a Jomosadi. And then it was part of his life since I wish to see my mom coming in, and then I feel her, I'm choosing the wife, a rightful wife for me, that would look like her, or that would basically cater into that. Into adulthood. That person to enter into adulthood on his behalf. So he wants a woman who will come and be like your mother in his life.
Sure.
I understand.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Madam Speaker, let me talk about the black text. Ne?
Yeah.
I have never went through black text. Ne? The reason why I did not go through black text is because of immediately when I started working, the first year's study practicals, I was giving my mom the money and I did not even have a responsibility to have it because she was doing her part on my needs. And then later when I started working, I nearly went into that, right? Because I was even discussing my finances with her. But this is what happened. I did a list of the things that I want to do for my mom as an appreciation to say that thank you for taking me this far, right? But since my dad is there, then I had to do something for both of them. But specifically in my mind or my subconscious mind, it was for her. So after doing that, I explained that, guys, I'm doing this. I did the same thing with my sisters. What is it that you want to do that you are not working? I don't know, this thing, what are you going to do? If it's a niece or nibbling, then I'll be more, okay, what are your strong points? No, now I'm good in with work. And I'm like, come in now. Let me buy you materials to do that. I then realized by doing that and seeing something that does not exist, it's not working. Now the one that I'm working on now is the one you'll come to work for me and I'll pay you so that you can buy whatever that you want to buy. There are importance of black text. Black text, guys, it originates in South Africans. We are the one who has the motto. I want any other country in the black text. They have taken it from us. I would say people who have went through it, who are more educational or this thing, then they can even do more researches on them based on the people that are on the ground. So, guys, I don't want to read comments.
Somebody's saying it's trying to distract me. I'm trying to be serious here. Somebody's saying Madam Speaker is just nodding her head.
I'm distracted by that.
Guys, I'm trying to not interject. Like, I really want to give you a chance to speak.
Because nodding your head, it's two ways.
No, for me, I'm really, like, I could say, the thing with me is every time when you talk, I say, So I'm trying to, when I nod, in my heart, I'm saying, because I don't want to interfere.
Yeah, so now Going back to my trade.
Yes.
So it is very important for one of us by long the academics or academias to do a research on this thing because it's affecting some of us and then very, very rapidly.
Yeah.
This thing, yeah, black tax, it's basically a financial trauma. Perseverance.
True.
And we are more or less, in most families, we are the first generation, second generation. Most of them, 99%, they don't even have a third generation that is breaking that case.
Yeah.
From the trauma, the apartheid and everything. Yes, there are those who are flipping in. But the aim, it's basically to stabilize with the originality, is to stabilize our socio-economy. But now we have ended up misusing it. And when we are, it's not unique, it's our thing, black taxi care and mesh. So we are basically misusing it. This is because of, remember, our parents were not educated into the issue of creating wealth. So now that you are the first person who is working in the family, you are basically because of this. Because of what they're saying is that that means that so this thing, it goes as far as that. So you feel obliged, né? And this obligation, sometimes it's something sometimes you have told yourself from what they were saying, but it does not surface from nowhere.
Yeah.
It from somewhere, and then you feel, you know what? I need to take responsibility to move my family to be like the family, perseverance. But we do not have a plan on the ground. How are you going to implement that? Hence, you find yourself, or no, when it comes to black tax, perseverance, or the Air Force, the 80 for the whole family, or this is my first salary. Air Force, I see 2.1 or 1.8, somewhere there.
You bought for 8 people.
Somewhere there, 2.1, or regular 80 for the whole family, or regular December 50, the bribe pack, 20, and. And then from there, you take the responsibility of buying the things that are not necessary for the family. Thank you. 2.4. Multiply it by 8, Michelle. You get the amount. And then now, we are an account on the first month. True. It's true. It's this. So now, you are here, you are working, and then it was not a necessity then. Before and sleep and wake up the next day. But this is no longer something that would be done in my house, in my family, when I'm available and I'm working. Forgetting, this is because of you do not have an implementation plan for you to eradicate poverty in your family. If you had that, then you would implement it. And this thing goes as far as to, because of we are not even willing to educate them. Or what is it that you can do? What they are thankful bribe packet, just 10 kg per month, malana a tray, JJ, I get about 12 or 24 kamogari. More every month or every month, but you're not checking where are you planting your seed. Your mom was planting a seed into you to get educated, but now you chose to take partial of the education and bring in the money of it. And then she will start using that against you. So the effects for you are delaying yourself. And then it would be even a generational curse to your kids because of what your mom went through. Instead of you, the first year of working, that you find a job for your brother or regular ditamatu or rekisha uju. So that should come first. Go to for trauma counseling, guys. But trauma counseling, do not even take out any money. Samaga 00 yo go bana re ke na le 3 months ba sampatele. We are trauma counseling to identify the things that have traumatized you before that.
True, this is very important.
Because of, let me tell you, Madam Speaker, I'm going to say this thing little bit. Mbete. Torina go ba ntiti ke bolela ka sega issues ra mpale ke go ntiti. Ga ke fetsa go e bolela.
Sure.
There is this one, black tax. Because of the trauma, you would go home and build a house, 2.5 million rand in the village. Because of you have the trauma of not having roof on your head or a roof that is minimal to the rest of the people in the community. So this one, I forgot that word. You are basically shining off on others. It is not an achievement for you. It is a bully to other people who are around you, that you are saying that, see me, that you have bullied me throughout. And remember, the bully, it was not directed to you. You were taking it because of you wish you stayed in their houses. Then you'd go there and do that. This is part of the traumas that we need to go through. If you still have that means that Kalo Ario Asang Ate Kagalo.
Mara, you're telling the truth, you know?
Yeah, that is, guys, make it good.
No, we are learning. Yeah,
so this is one of the traumas that we would go through. And then part of it, you forgot, Ori, you are where you are in order for you to achieve something. When it comes to the reason why we read the black text is because of Bala Bona already they broke that and they know how to put things in order. If that is your retirement home, they start building their retirement homes or buying their retirement homes on their last years of going to retirement. And then you build a retirement home when you are 35 years old, and then you keep on maintaining your retirement home per month. This is financial education now. You keep on buying that. Remember why you are working here. And then and then you find yourself for every month you need to pay perseverance for switching on the lights December because of employer guys. Dilapidation of a property again is the silence. It's caused by the silence movement inside it. And then you will find cracks on the wall. Those cracks would not even have been there if there was somebody in the house. But it's because of there's no one who is taking care of the features when you are away. So when it comes to Baba and Baba Kibidu, they start claiming that when they're 5 years to retirement. Some of them, they will even tell you that, you know what, I don't even need a retirement home. I'll even go to an old age, buy an old age house at about 200,000, stay there for 5 years. My kids are already grown and today, we are not even checking into the issue of financial education when it comes. I think it links to black tech somehow. Like the house that you are building now, is it going to be able to build in wealth to your kids now? If it's not doing that, this means that you are still serving the black tax indirectly. Because of that black tax, it comes from the the community that you come from, that there is a standard in this community that when you are working, you bring this. We are talking it directly about our parents because of and they bring that to us. Then the other thing, when you do that, you are... I think we spoke about it last time. When you give me the first time, you are basically, appreciate. The second time, the third time, it's an expectation. Then you're obliged to do that. So when your mom has reached that stage that you are obliged to do that, this is where we're now is black text, and while you're the one who is grooming them into doing that. So,
and reversing all of that, now it's war now when you have to reverse all of that.
Yeah, so now it's war. You are saying people are fighting, they even hate me in the family. And let me tell you one thing, Madam Speaker, is that your kids will never be appreciated in that family because of one of the standards that you have said is that they are in a competitive standard with your mom and the family. If you die, they are dead. It over these street kids, but when you were supposed to invest for that or for the kids. So this is part of the things of the anger it will build up. Part of it is that I requested you for 50 rands and you did not give me. Madam Speaker, there was a time where I had an altercation with my sister. We left when we got home, and then here's a person, we are at peace, guys. Then here's a person who gives you more no, even when you are taking care of strangers, the woman and you are taking things to your house. Madam Speaker, that is one of the terms that we use in order for you to give us money. It is a blackmail.
Yeah.
Because of Madam Speaker, this is that woman. I met her. My child was 2 years old, currently 12 years. We are so much of a family. She's the only person. I'm telling you, even if I leave, I can leave my house in a mess. The mess she'll come in and be a sister there. When I go to her house and there is a mess, I'll be like, this is a stranger. I don't know who her father is or her family is. I know her and those people. So part of it is that this person or Alemo does not want to do the obligation or the needs that I have of my kids, but wants to benefit from me. And when the benefits or the seeds of the benefit goes to that person, we are very toxic.
Yeah.
Because of today we are talking here, some of us who are doing this plex text. Let's talk about the one you feel we're now entitlement to your brother's assets.
Yes. More than the wife or the baby mama who has a child with your brother.
More than the wife and the kids.
Yes.
Even more than the kids. So we are talking about it whenever it affects us.
Sure.
So now here comes the issue of competition. When you are in black text, Madam Speaker, your kids come into competition with your parents. When you have your first child, your mom what I am saying, who is the supplier to this black text. Let her come to the platform now. When you give birth to your first child is going to be a threat to them. Because of this is the person who is going to take my worth on my child. And then you bring in a seed that is going to come in and compete on the money. So this means that the first thing that I need to do is either to get rid of this person or even saying wanaga who spoiled it, wanaga who this, wanaga who that. But as exists is because of they are in competition with your child, which is part of the reasons why Kiramo is not going to benefit from the good deeds. So now, how do we create wealth? More or issue your black text. Let's set the boundaries, guys. Have a target. I am going to do the toilets for my mom to rent them at home. You find every time. He's not even willing to sell tomatoes.
Yeah.
Madam Speaker, I'm a head designer. I'm working in the field that you are more or less in. I do customize. I customize things. Even some of the things. But I'm not shy to go out and sell. I'm not shy to do the ice pops and sell. And then you find that the person who is requesting chelete ya bright peg
right, yeah, hi.
or yana ka se mekoneng a rekisha. Yeah, nanga seke nna dile nka seke ka rekisha ka dirang I ke robale Madam Speaker. I don't sleep. I don't ever rest. Motho ena no ka 10 o'clock wena ha wa robala. He's not even willing to come in and do the cutting of the shapes for na and to mold things for me and dry them during the day.
Yeah.
I even run to say that my molds are getting wet outside. Let me go fix them and This is the person that we are funding.
Yeah.
So when I say do a target, part of your target is to break down some of these things to say that now that I am here and I need to take my family out of the poverty that I grew up in. You do not intervene into that poverty. Intervene with the and everything. Bring in something that they will plant into that seed. And when they are planting that, they will be doing wealth for themselves.
Yeah.
Can your house even create ya hore e be le ntlo ela ya mabuka ko motseng wa ba phela ba ija ditamati o ne jwale ba be ditamati mo gating di hlomela le batho ba tle go reka ga ditamati tsela di dira reward them, save your money somewhere else, reward them or no how far are you, but no ditamati tsela di fedile re tsantse le mazambane, come in with butternuts, put them there, di increase fela bjao ne.
Yeah.
Then start dealing with the rest of the things. But now when they are doing that, then check into the kids. This thing. When I run quickly, go to a salon, do me more. When somebody else run quickly and go to do something else there. So now, for me, it's that I see a vegan is here. When we say family and I will be there for the rest of my life and they will not even suffer in my presence because of basically you are even very selfish and also depriving your kids the rightful things that they're supposed to be benefiting from. And also your generational legacy. What is it that you are building for your kids so that they can partake? Your mom could not do anything. I cannot blame them. But now, what is it that you are doing for your kids? In the process of you helping, do not deprive your kids. I'm not saying spoil them. Do not deprive them things that needs to develop them because of now. They are still going through the same process when we learn through Yona. And the worst part is that now the standard is sitting on the neck.
Oh, okay. Hi, vegan physicist.
How are you? Hear me? Very heavy, man. Because I look at it. I'm trying to look at it on both sides. I asked a question here, and UMB Boale responded saying, "It's not the parent obliged to make kids suffer because they failed." I think is into easier said than done. Hey,
what was your question? I think I missed your question. Okay.
My question was based on the thing Yoguti. Women's Tabs was just mentioning setting boundaries, right? So I want us to look in this in a more realistic manner. Say you've graduated from university, maybe you meet a partner. I'd be surprised Yoguti, as much as we all Black people, maybe we relate on certain things. The homes we come from at times they're really, really different. So family, you come from a home where maybe both of their parents were, the dad was a gardener, the mom, was a housekeeper or something like that. They can't do that job until they are 70 or something like this. They have to stop, but they don't have pensions or whatever the case may be. And these are our realities. Some of us come from Rondavels, shacks, one-room homes, whatever the case may be. Now, and sadly, in most of these cases, you find if let's say you have 4 siblings or 5 siblings, there's only maybe 1 or 2 who will be able to break out of that situation. So maybe even your sisters or your brothers are still struggling or something like that. Now, what do? You are this young person, you just got a good job, maybe loiter or something, situation at home, there's no home, parents don't have pensions, there's no income. You want to start your life, you've met this person they can sympathize, but they do not relate to your situation because they don't come from that situation. How does a young Black person maneuver around this whole thing of, I understand because it might happen your parents will probably be your responsibility for the rest of your life, or maybe not just you, maybe you and your siblings, let me put it like that.
The ones whose heads are functioning.
They never had any proper job where they are going to maybe have pensions or some money coming in. What do you do? what does setting a boundary look like? Because this is a reality of some of us who don't have that privilege to say, okay, my mom used to work, but she's still demanding. I understand those situations where it's like, she still expects money from me because, she raised me. But what happens in these cases where literally it's just like this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we should allow Yamo, but let me respond to that regarding the setting of the boundaries, because I stated it prior.
Yeah.
Guys, setting your boundaries, we spoke about making a plan for that. Part of making a plan is that you need to educate yourself beyond what you went to school for. Educate yourself when it comes to the financial. What is it that you can do after that? How do you take or break out of this thing? Because of now, our family dynamics are not the same. I can tell you that even now, there's some of the financial obligations that I still need to do in order to break in the family. And now they are not an obligation to me. They are the things that I am doing whenever I can, whenever I would. Because of now, if you set your boundaries to the other family from the same background, my mom-in-law was not able to build because of the other odds. So now we come in, we need to do something for mama, but it needs to be something that is so relevant to you, that side, to your pocket. Yeah? So if now you go in, let me give you an example, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
About financial literacy. 90% of the people in the working class do not even afford to buy a car. This is more than 500,000.
We don't. We are forcing.
300,000.
We are
They
forcing.
are not supposed to be buying that. Yeah. So I'm glad you did not kill me on that.
It's the truth.
So the reason why we are doing it is because of we are not financially educated. You would make sure you set a goal for that, and then sit down with your brother or my brother, you are not working and you are 25 years old. You are going to college now to study. If it takes for you to make a contract with them, do that. To say that you are taking this money and you will be sitting it into the next siblings while we are working it down. Because of one of the things, breadwin, not breadwin, but into the web, black tax. Is that we feed until the last born.
Yes. The first one who succeeds feeds everybody.
So
the ones who are
this is
succeeding
what
after
I
you,
did,
they don't help.
Yes, now this is what I did. I go to one person in the family, assist that person, tell you that when you are done, go to fix the other one. Can you believe what and I said, I don't even have that. I'm not even obliged to do that. One of the things that I did, Madam Speaker, is that I am not obliged to take anyone to a varsity.
Yes.
That is a parental responsibility. You can say I am selfish, but I'm not. I can assist you into doing that, but I will not take you to varsity full time and take it for myself. Unless I have a contractual agreement with you that now we are taking you to varsity. Once you start working, this is what we are doing. Because of immediately when you take a person, these are the researches that you should be doing when So how do you set your boundaries, vegan? Find the need of family and then find out now what is a need in your family.
Yeah.
It might not even be the food. Address that need, the base overfed the seed for them to plant and start flying.
Because I saw there was a comment here on YouTube or somebody was saying that it's Kane now there saying that if you are able to provide, you can continue doing that, but to what extent? Because when you start providing because you are comfortable and you can afford, it's because you don't have kids of your own. Remember your salary, guys. In as much as we're getting salary increases every year, your salary is more or less the same. So when you now have a child, more responsibility are coming into the very same salary that you've always had. So even if you are going to be comfortable, to be able to help and afford to help, when more responsibilities start coming into your plate, it's going to be a problem now for you to be able to help the people the same way that you've been helping them. Going back to what you were saying, Tabsi, to say your kids now become a threat to the family members that you've been helping.
Yes, and then Rape Madam Suka, person no aring na financially is ke gona ke tla tswela pele go dira. You know, this is one of the things it's a defensive mechanism whenever you're still under trauma. I also went through that, ne? So when you are still under that trauma, o sarana ka mogare ga yona, o tlo feel gore o nagana gore family ya ka e dire keng, o nagana gore ngwana re shwa ka dirang ka tsamaya ka maoto ke gore nna ke bona, o nagana gore ka dirang. Guys, it's some of the things it takes 6 years gore ra di berekisha for that. So and again, let's bear in mind gore salary is not to sustain you. It is a wealth building tool.
You know, Tabsi, you are actually helping me. Tomorrow I'm having a therapy session, my monthly therapy session with my therapist, and I think I'm gonna have to have a chat with her about this, because I think I'm also a victim of that to a certain degree, where I just feel obliged to helping people because I feel like it's within my means. Even though, looking at what you are saying right now, I think I need to go for counseling just specifically for the traumas of feeling obliged or feeling like you need to carry people even when they're not your responsibility to a certain degree. Yeah.
That's true, Madam Speaker. So being a wealth building tool, use it as such. If it takes that you build your wealth to a certain degree and you want to resign, build it with that. Remember, our financial systems, most South Africa, is that you need to have a credit score. You cannot get it when you are outside of the working place, especially if you are starting. Even when you are in this thing, in business or entrepreneurship, it is difficult because of you are not in control of the consistency. So you are a risk to the people. Let me allow Yamo to come in.
Yeah, no, Yamo has to speak first, because I'm seeing somebody saying we must give Eleanor a chance. Unfortunately, it's not going to be possible for us to give her a chance before 8, because we have to let Yamo speak, and then after Yamo, then we can let Eleanor speak.
I actually agree with evening, ladies. I actually agree with what Tabs was saying, and I'm actually taking good points from what you're saying, because I've been labeled quite a selfish person, and the reason is I solely and functioning in terms of spiritually, financially, mentally. I just have to function. So a comment was said now that. Into saying, if I have the money, why shouldn't I help my family? I've seen my mom, because she was the one, she got fortunate to be an educator in her family, and then she got to give birth to me. I understand exactly what Tabs is talking about. I was such a threat that my mom compensated by taking me to the Kolotsa allegation and my cousins to your multiracial
What?
schools.
That's crazy.
She compensated because I was such a threat that some were even harming me physically, people, And I realized, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like her.
Yeah.
Now my mom is over 60. She is the most bitter person I have ever come across. Why? Because she had believed that she was planting seeds. And that's one thing that people need to understand. The point that you are trying to help from, or your point of departure in helping other people, just know you're not going to be met with the same reasoning capacity.
Yeah.
Some people lack accountability.
Yeah.
And some people are entitled to the mere fact that we are blood related.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe in holding people accountable. I remember when I had a conversation with my mom, I said to her, you allowed it to happen. Yes. And she said, but I said, look at you now. Nobody cares about you now.
Yeah.
And because you were expecting that they would return the favor. Do it, yes, but have boundaries. And there are many ways of creating boundaries. One of them, as Tab said, financial literacy. Teach yourself first before you can teach others, because I cannot go blele the importance of 5 rand if just understanding the importance of it. If I sit with you and I say to you, you know, their family members, the petrol has gone up, I can't do 1, 2, 3. It's like, but you are working, you are this and that at work.
Yeah.
They even go to a point, guys, it's so sad what our families do. I remember when my mom went on pension, my cousin went and called in to check how much my mom would be getting. She went and checked, and she called me and she said, your mom has got over this amount of money. Why can't she help? Why can't she help? We need to understand that our families are not as educated, and they hold these ideologies that for you to take them out of it, it's going to drain you. It's going to drain you, and you are going to feel that you are of no use to them. And it's not being selfish. You are preserving your energy because now your children are not going to understand. The relationship between me and my mom, it is so... Oh, goodness, guys, we need a lot of counseling. We need a lot of counseling because there's so much hurt. We are not relating as a mother and child because she was compensating so much at the expense of a child's well-being.
Yeah, she overcompromised herself.
And that is a reality, and people need to know about it. And hence you find kids, when we raise them in urban areas, when you say kiaraye, they're like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
And we need to not look at situations in a myopic view. Let's have a bird's eye view. Remove yourself and understand different spheres of the situation so that you can apply yourself. It's of no use thinking that you need to be knowledgeable so you can make the best decision. Right now, it's a decision out of emotions. They are my family. I need to do this. I need to do that. You are going, at the end of the day, hate your very own family.
Yeah.
Because of the decisions that you didn't kill. So be accountable now so that you don't find yourself damaged.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
Oh. This is deep, because I can relate in a sense that I know an elderly person who is always complaining about everybody. And the reason why they complain about everybody is because they've been helping everybody their entire life. And after all has been said and done, they have absolutely nothing to show for it. And not that they were expecting that they must be, paid back. But you know how people feel so entitled, like your cousin felt so entitled after them getting help. They even utter words like, I didn't ask you to help me. Like, nobody forced you to do it. You did it. Like, that is like piercing to the heart, So I can imagine us having to be that generation. And we really need to move away from it. Like, guys, I'm doing a lot of today. The reason why I'm so quiet, I'm doing a lot of self-introspection because I think indirectly I've been a victim of black text without being aware, and voluntarily so, because in my head I was thinking for it to be black text, it has to be painful for me to give. If I'm giving to a point where I have nothing left to give, then it's black text. But for as long as I have enough, it's not. But when I'm looking at everything now, I'm like, yay, this one is for me today.
Yeah, Madam Speaker.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Sorry, Tess. I just want to ask a question. Because Yamo, you mentioned something about, I don't know if maybe it's just my misinterpretation of this. You said something along the line, Dokuti, like everybody that your mom helped along the way, now no one is going back to sort of like, returning the favor. Wouldn't that also then be in line with the whole black text thing? Whereby if your parents raise you, they then feel entitled to Dioguti because I raised you, therefore, it's like you're indebted to this person for the rest of your life. Why I ask this is because, I'll make an example. I'll use myself as an example. My baby sis, she passed away 2020. Okay? I'm leaving a child. She was 7 at that time. So we kind of sort of like took responsibility of raising this child at home. But by the virtue of me not having kids of my own, it's looking as if I would be settled, everything fine, I'll have to take her as my child. It's already being communicated, not directly, but in ngiyayibona, right?
It's like
so
it's obvious.
20 years later, maybe lengane, okay, ngiyayifundisa ngiyathini, 20 years later, it doesn't mean ukuthi maybe because I took care of her, everything is going to go according to, maybe she might be the most problematic person I've encountered in my life. Do I then come in and say, ngiyikhulisile lengane, therefore, you're supposed to, do you get what I mean? What does returning a favor mean in this sense? Do we do things because for our children or whatever the case it is, because we expect certain returns? And how does that then differ from the topic at hand, which is black tax?
I'm hearing you.
I hear you, Vegan. I hear you, Clear. And every relationship, whether we like it or not, it has to be reciprocal, unfortunately.
Sure.
That's any relationship. Be it, you have to benefit one way or another. There cannot be a relationship where you don't benefit. And benefit in terms of, even in kindness, in how I treat you, and just caring for you, and in respect. It doesn't always have to be in terms of money. And hence I'm telling you that the reason she's the way she is, my mom, she took what was meant for her child, trying to make sure that other people are at the level that she is. Meanwhile, speaking of my mom, they were all afforded the same opportunities, her and her siblings, but she decided to stick it through. So that's where her trauma comes from, that I decided to stick it through. And then here I am, people, again, as if I'm obliged. And then Kitima Wanaka this, which is meant for my child. My child even gets to a point where she's harmed and nobody's satisfied. And like Tabs was saying, that Tabs said something that you choose, okay, I help this one. And this one also has to help the others. It has to be a chain. I can't be the source for everyone, then I'm left depleted. What is it that I have to offer to my child? Because remember, as much as you are helping your sister's child, there's other children that will be coming after her. That's how she could return the favor to you. Okay. Not directly to you, but other people could be benefiting from you because you have helped her. You understand?
Keep the chain going. The same way that Tabs was saying.
Going.
Yeah. Hey, I hear you, Nem. Sorry to cut you, but I think it goes back to what Tabs was saying, to say there needs to be this type of, we literally have to communicate these things, because us just assuming that the next person is going to come through for the next person, that's why we are going to end up being the way that we are. If I'm helping you so that you can help the next person, or I have a specific expectation from you after helping you, we have to communicate it beforehand. It's just too bad that when it comes to our moms, we can't really reverse all of that, but we can learn from that. Like Vegan, if you have to take this child, you have to learn and communicate with this child, and also be realistic with yourself to say, okay, I'm sitting down now. If I'm helping this child out, what am I expecting at the end of the day from this child?
Madam Speaker, just to bet in, they're asking Jorge, what is it when you say you are giving in order for you to benefit later at the end? That is hypocrites giving.
Okay.
It will be this way. Listen sharp.
Okay.
I'm going to refer to the weight. In Matthew's the moment when you remember, that means that
okay.
So now, if you are giving a person who is a hypocrite when it comes to giving, he giving in order to say I'm helping people, but when helping them, he's helping them in order for him to be praised later on. The honors.
Okay.
This is not an angel that is sent by God to take you out of your mess. It is self-ordained angel that want to take recognition from the people around. This is why when it's time for him, time frame, this is why he is hypocrite. Time frame, that means when I reach 30 years, he needs to be paying me back. But you did not tell this person. Right? Maybe are aware of that. When he does that, it's another side of a person who is selfish. But here is the problem. Because of now, your mom, did it not knowing the financial education and the what's that word? The hierarchy, not the hierarchy, what's this thing? The philosophy behind giving. I wouldn't say she did that, but that is what happened innocently so. Because of now, when she's giving, she wants to get that back indirectly into that. So if only Adira that way, yeah, now we can
These days,
50 rand just for us to meet and say, well, you shall make it 200,000, 500,000. Because of that. And nobody is asking, are you going to cope after that? This is an indirect thing, Leona Elong black tax. Because of now, you are telling a person, or you are going to pay me back for everything, the money that I've done. To take care of you, who you are going to even express.
Sis, let's talk. Does that not make her a bad person? Because this is the child of somebody who is late. If she has to take this child, is she not going to turn into an older woman who has these expectations because they're not giving wholeheartedly because they were just doing it because nobody's there to do it? Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how best then do we deal with this situation today? We have a situation today, and then we need to help a child whose mother has passed away. As a family member who's available, how do I go about that?
Okay, insensitive. Madam Speaker, when you are not something, do not do it because of you are going to traumatize Nwana in the process. You are going to remind the child how your mom died, and I'm assisting and I'm angry for that. So the first thing is that if it's possible that you can have a person to adopt the child, they can even do that on your presence because you are not able to do that. And it does not mean that you are evil, or it does not even mean that it's something. It means that you are not the angel sent to assist the child. Then a person who is ordained for that would do that.
Yeah.
Because of now, we are talking about a child who is 3 years, 5 years now. The mother passed away. It's the same thing here. Maybe I have a mental issue, and then you are telling me now your mom is very sick. Also mentally disturbed. They take her in because it's your mom. I will not be too messy to that woman. It's best to analyze strangers taking care of him than for her to come to me and then victimize her more. Because of now, we are talking about building a generation. It's healthy, a good citizens. This far we are not. So now vegan another financial muscle or only the financial muscle, maragana the emotional muscle to support the child.
Very important.
Because guys, it takes lerato.
And you may find that she decided not to have kids of her own for her own personal reasons. Now she's being ambushed into being a parent because somebody passed away.
Even that one, you're choosing not to have your own kids, guys. You know, when you have boundaries for that, you are not going to even feel guilty or you feel I don't want any obligation here on earth. I just want to be free me. Some it's out of trauma, some it's out of whatever, but the outcome of it today or now is that you are not ready for that.
Yeah.
So imagine now you bring in this child, when are ready for bana, and then also ready for bana, you need to cater for one or. I'm not a child person. Madam Speaker, when I get home, so being one, if now you are bringing in bana, I need to be ready emotionally. I'm going to tell you, Bona. I'm going to be ready emotionally to have the kids in March for 3 weeks. This means what I'm going to set up my bar. It will last for 3 weeks. Meaning that if vegan is able to do that, but when it depletes, please exit. Because from there you are going to abuse the kids. So set your bar to that point to say that I'm assisting.
Yeah.
But me assisting, this is how far I can go. If it's just financially, you can do that. If it's just, you can do that. And you bring the child to the table. Nana, your mom passed away. God did this thing. It is so unfortunate. But now I want us to work on this thing. I want to concentrate on your studies. I am not able to afford the other things. Surely you'll be talking to the language that he's of that age. But I'm not able to buy you Danone and other things. What I know is that education is going to be important for you. Yes, it might be that education is not your line of path, but we need to test that one first. I'm going to buy you school uniform every day, every year. I'm going to buy you school shoes once or twice a year, depending on or once a year for the first time. Then from there, I will buy you stationery until you get to matric. Your results, I want to see at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that is what you can do in order for you to really. Then again, Oscar will even too open because it's going to frustrate you. If you become pregnant, I've seen a video of Mwana, another video, a movie, Mwana or adoptilweng.
Sure.
You adopt your child now, let me say your child here now, only 7 years or 14 years, and God blesses you with your child. That child felt had the envy, the jealousy, or now my position is going to be taken where I am and I don't even belong here. This is the anger, even when it comes to the black text, that when you are in black text, your mother is going to hate your kids, of love them full love them. Abarata ka go tlaetsa. I don't know the English word. In order to benefit.
Yeah.
So now, Madam Speaker, what I can say topic here today, it's that we've deliberated it a lot, but what I've realized is that we still need financial education in order to deal about black tax, because tax itself, it's money, it's economy, it's wealth, it's self-sustaining into living every day.
Yeah.
Because if Risa dealing on the financial perspective and dealing it on the emotional, that they are just asking for money. But what is money to you? Money is the economy. What is your economy? Your economy is 3,000 rand per month.
Yeah.
In your economy, do you afford to give a person 1,000 rand or wish 1,000 rand for the rest of your life? And when the economy, Leona, the normal one, increases, you need to increase that 1,000 rands to 1.5 for the rest of your life. If you can't, then make sure you use that 1,000 rand in order to equip the people in the family.
Yeah.
When you equip those people in the family, you will be equipping them so that they are able to sustain themselves for good. And when you will be doing that, go again and check and do not be an hypocrite giver. And then and. So once you have done that, break that, but the trauma is the first thing. Now I don't know how God worked the thing, the trauma, Madam Speaker, but I believe with my character through I was some of the counseling, I got them from there. But one of the most counseling still already for free is those ones ya or phone la radio on sama. Phone la radio mo ba fe mathata ha o ka mga wana then ba solve. That is another session ya mahal.
And people think putting their things out there, hey, dirty linen, but you really get the help that you need just by having a conversation with people.
That's true. It offloaded me tertiary this other time abroad when I made them speak. I was so distressed because I know the situation I left on the ground. And then the trauma was coming in now and then. I called them here to the FM. That was way back. And then it offloaded a lot. Can I tell you, even now the traumas that I'm talking about, some of them I dealt with them with strangers. So even doing this is part of doing that, but you need to also be willing to break into that, because of there will be denial, you will be grieving, Madam Speaker. You will cry or 50 rand.
Taps, you know what? You're talking about my situation. I have a situation.
Bona, you will cry or reach motho a re ga ona petrol or ela re koloi ya ga o ebile tshela petroleng nyane. Ne? I ke nyane ebile a itshele a ije petrol ka re wa tseba gore na itshela bokae le gore nna bokae. Ne? So part of these things immediately, the sense of belonging, there is trauma. You want to see yourself belonging somewhere each and every year. I was telling somebody, I don't know, currently I'm abroad, I want to come home now, I miss home, and I ask him, what do you miss home? Do you miss us? And I miss you guys, and I'm like, when you get here, we're going to give you what you want. Now I'm going to say, do a video call and do this with us, online.
Because after we see you, then how are we going to help you?
Yes, you want to waste about 30,000 rands to come here and look at us and go back. Come on, in the pocket.
Yeah.
So this is some of the traumas. I'm sure the psychologists behind deal with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traumas that we need to deal with. Leah, the community, your neighbor. Neighbor Neighbor at 35, you need to be building your home at home and sit down. Do your thing and do calculations and everything. And then the other thing again, let's forgive.
Yeah.
Yama, let's forgive Mama. Let's forgive her because she did that. Anana or your cousin is going to give you this thing. And now, guys, we are educated, man. There's a legal term, a contract. Sign a contract with me and say, Tabang, I'm taking you to school. I expect you that when you start working, you are going to take Yama to school and offload me. Or we are taking this burden together. Do that minimal contract. Yeah, society. They are melauteo ya family, Lord guys. Melauteo ke tla contributing ka monka. That's what I do with my kids. Each and every time, come guys, we need to start doing the rules. Bringing your rules on the ground. I don't even choose for them.
I do that as well.
The rules of the house.
Yeah.
When you break, what do? We take my toy, and this is the toy is not working. Not your corner is not working. Then let's go to your bank account and take money. I also want that money. So now my advice is that let's get counseling, and when you are getting counseling, even jwalo ka thapelo, let me say amen. Tlogelang go rapela jwalo ka ditlatla le go eletse le tladitse mashata le nyako go robale go rena bading. Tsama o ye counseling for self. Do not even be telling us that you are going for counseling. Go to Madam Speaker, do your trauma thing one more, and then offload whatever that you want to offload. Because of what's happening is that with black text, we have a luggage, Madam Speaker, of the words, the expectation, the obligations in the back that comes from our parents, that dictates what is it that we need to do whenever we reach in a certain stage. And those things were done very, very wisely because they align to each and every stage. Unfortunately, it did not go into a point where you have kids because of they know what they are going to delete your kids in the process. And when they delete them, so guys, what does it say with your money? Then now you need to come in and respond to me that I'm thankful that you are talking about my money, and that is my money. Being my money, that means that it is supposed to be working for me, not to others. If it happens that it goes out, then it will be a pledge. Then when I will be pledging that money, I'm pledging it for the goodness because of I am sent to do that. When you are not sent to do that, don't do it. Because and you're going to seek for direction for you to know where I know. The other one, black text, Madam Speaker, is the one of allowing people into your house. In order for you to fulfill their wishes and what you wish to see people in the house. That is trauma. The fact that you feel my house needs to be full of 50 people, and then the cousin and everything. Today,
Tabs, Today you are really calling me out, Shambo. Like you are undressing me. I'm naked today. You are talking about me today.
I didn't mean to see through you.
Today, Shem, you are giving me my news.
So, Madam Speaker, now, when you are obliged, there's nothing that makes you to be unfulfilled if people are not coming in. This is because of lack of sense of this thing. Of belonging. If you deal with that, you might even find, or sometime in your life, you had a parent who was not there, or you had a father who was not there, or a sister who did not even recognize you, or a mother who did not recognize you. Now you are seeking recognition currently with your finances in order for you to be recognized. And you come here saying that it is black tax.
Yeah.
While it's not black text, it's you responding ka panado mola e le gore ntwe diragalang ke gore no ebile o responde panado e bereka dilo ka moka o responda ka cough mixture mola e le gore motho o robegile loto.
Yeah.
Ne? So now my say is that let's deal with that. The other one, Madam Speaker, I'm in the process of dealing with. And in this process, guys, it's a maluri barato. In the process, you're going to have a serious problem, Madam Speaker. You're going to wake up because of when you're going through a healing process. And the trauma comes in now, and then if you start delaying, then you have a problem. So some of it, Madam Speaker, giving people the lift.
Yeah.
Ufaba to the lifty, but an amokoloing, bachula dilo, bacho batamaya, I wanna cheleta petrol, apelacha now uno ya high loras nakwa ya high because of somebody who took a fetchy. Ila ona linto isha morai. Let's be very honest. Madam Sika, this is what I do. And it helps me a lot because of I guess now where does it go? If there's a funeral, you spend 2.5 to go home with your car. When your car is very big. So you pay 2.5 to go home. Or 300 rents to come back. If you are financially educated by that time, o tlo gona go romela 1.5 for se we gape ke na le mathata mo ke leng gona tšentšhelete o le reke di khunte le tla mo le romela bucket ya dilo tseo. So immediately udira that, then they will see the value of you on that point. When you have a problem, yeah, but when you come in driving a big car, give me money, you are crying.
It's fine, I accept.
No, it's okay.
Today you are talking to me straight. Today. This is
for my assistant for me to be able to say no without guilty and explaining. What I am working with now is the one of oversharing.
Yeah.
I still need to make payment for that again for oversharing. And once I'm done with it, then I would have to identify some of the things. And the reason why I go through the trauma counseling and sharing information and offloading is because of I need to do it for my kids. I need to be equipped for them to have a legacy of a mom that is way different to my lot of the things, which would make things easier for them. Yeah.
I hear
so not that is my say today. It's that, guys, let's go to thank you for the roses. Can you see that?
Thank you so much.
Is that let's go back, get the trauma counseling. And then the second step, guys, do a budget for that, ne? And then the budget, and the needs the ones leading energy needs this one. If you have a partner that is not financially educated, bring them in on board before you can even take out the money. So if you started working this month, keep your money in your account until you are done with the issue of financial literacy. That is the 1 year which I give a 12 or Thanks a lot. From experience, yeah.
Thank you so much, my sister. I really appreciate you. You are such a blessing to us because you keep on dropping gems. And today, like, listen, today you did the most. Thank you so much. I'm going to really have to go back and rewatch the whole live and take points for myself because today you were really talking to me. I think I was not aware that I'm also one of the people that really need to learn and unlearn and relearn a lot of these things when it comes to the whole topic of black tax. Yeah, Mo, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my darling. And everybody else who had joined in the live. For those who missed some parts of the live, I'm telling you, this is one informative live that you really want to go back and rewatch the whole thing and learn, like really, really learn. Take a notebook and a pen and just note everything down and do better by yourself, by your kids, and your generations to come. With that being said, thank you so much for joining in. For those who are watching from YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe and give this live a thumbs up. For those who are watching from TikTok, please do the honors of just hopping over to the other side and give us a subscriber and a like, and just watch the whole thing, and maybe learn a few things that you feel like, okay, maybe I missed this part. Rewind, repeat. So you might as well just go there and repeat the whole thing. I love you guys so much. I will see when we can do another live, maybe over the weekend, because I'm going to be available this week. And otherwise, after that, we'll see Sunday. We are airing our 11th episode of the Safe Space Chats podcast, which is on YouTube every Sunday at 3 p.m. And yeah, we will see each other on the streets, because obviously the short videos, we are doing them every single day. Whatever that comes to my mind is what I post, and we engage on that. And I appreciate you for being such a beautiful audience. God bless you, and good night. Mwah. Okay, where is the other one? Thank you, family. Thank you, YouTube family. I appreciate you.